Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation.
Thank you, listeners. We're back with you on the hotline. And it's time now for Inside Banking with NCB. I'm happy to have joining us Dacia Virgo, who is a mortgage specialist with a mortgage unit. Thank you so much for joining me, Dacia Virgo.
Good morning, Emily. Thank you so much for having me. Good morning, listeners, as well.
Thank you. So we're talking about using your house to protect your home. Huh?
Correct.
I love that. A house
Yes.
is not a home. You know that song?
Oh boy, Emily.
So tell me how to use a house now to protect your home.
All right. So Emily, we are now 6 weeks into the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season, right? Mm-hmm. So we want persons to be aware of how to secure their home against, natural disasters such as hurricane and so on. Mm-hmm. Your home is where you normally relax, have fun with your family and friends. And in recent times, we have now had to be working from home. Mm-hmm. So we want to tell you now how you're going to use this valuable asset to secure, some funds to do any renovations or any legitimate reason that you want the funds to do. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're going to introduce the home equity product. Mm-hmm. So the home equity, this loan, it allows you to use the value of your existing mortgage, residential property, whether or not you have a mortgage on the property, to secure any funds that you need to, whether it is that you need to, secure any solar panels for your property, whether you need to, any kind of energy saving, whether it's windows or doors. And also, Emily, these type of renovations also assist you with, increasing the value of your property. Mm-hmm. So the home equity will allow you to do these fancy things that you've been wanting to do for so long to help to secure your home from any sort of disasters at this time. Mm-hmm. Right? So, some persons may say whether or not you have to use a property that you're living in.
Yes.
You can't. You don't have to. You don't have to use a property that you're living in. If you have an investment property, then that can also be used to secure the loan as well. I mean, some persons may also wonder whether or not you can use the funds there for just home renovations. No, I mean, it's back to school time as well now. So we want, if it is that you want to secure that additional amount for the renovation as well as, additional funds to secure your children's tuition, mm-hmm. then that is also helpful. And the other question is to Emily, how do we finance this? So at NCB, we lend up to $30 million and you get up to 15 years to repay. So say for instance, you want to borrow a $2.5 million. Again?
Up to 30 million in the home equity loan?
Correct. That's correct, Emily.
With 15 years to repay?
Right. Up to 15 years.
Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm. And say for instance, Emily, you want to borrow 2.5 million. Mm-hmm. Your monthly payment is as low as $27,000, a little over $27,000, and this also includes a compulsory savings. So, persons, in the COVID times, persons were, having difficulties with, their work, reduction in monthly, in salaries and so on. Sorry. This compulsory savings component of the loan assisted some persons with, paying their mortgages while their income has been reduced. So this component is also very important on the home equity loan.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So for, let's say, if you want to borrow 2.5 million, what mm-hmm. exactly you need to qualify for this now?
All right, so we would ask you to provide stuff like your official valuation, and this valuation has to be within 12 months. Your land surveyor's report within 12 months as well. Mm-hmm. And if it is that you want to borrow anything over 1 million, then we would need evidence of what it is that you need the funds to do. Mm-hmm. We also need up-to-date property tax, up-to-date utilities, and if there's a mortgage on the property as well, we'll also need a status report on that mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Status report and mortgage. And if all of those things are in place, how long does it take for you to process the application?
Right. So once you come into us and you provide all documents required, it takes 3 to 5 days for us to, approve for the loan, for you to know whether or not the loan is approved. Now, the other portion of the facility depends on if there's another institution on the mortgage. So 3 to 5 days, you'll know for sure that yes, we're approved for this loan.
Yeah.
But the other portions of the disbursement may take a little time depending on if there's another mortgagee on the property. If there's no one else, then the 3 to 5 working days, we can have disbursement done within that time.
Because if there's another mortgagee, you have to borrow the title.
Correct.
To register your charge.
Right.
And if you get a status report on the mortgage and the mortgage payments are not in order, then I suppose that's a deal breaker for granting the loan.
It is, but Emily, we also listen to our customers, so we would want to find out what happened, because we're now COVID just hit, so we would want to know what happened, why something would have lapsed within the payments. So we want to hear from you what happened, and then how best we can, tweak or fix the product to assist you with financing your goals.
So you probably would offer refinancing option in a situation like that where somebody is delinquent with the first mortgagee.
Depends.
Yeah.
As I said, depends on what situation led to the delinquency. So we want to sit with the customer to find out what happened.
Yeah.
And then we can see how best we can assist.
Because the problem you may run into is, depending on the length of the delinquency, that mortgagor may be upon the mortgagee exercising power of sale.
Correct. So all of that due diligence would have to take place before we move forward.
Right. So the minimum 2.5 is what you told me. Valuation report, surveyor's report. You want some evidence of what the funds will be used for, property tax status report. But to qualify now for the maximum of 30 million, what additional documentation would a
the only additional document, sorry Emily, the only additional documentation is if the information or whatever amount that you need is over $1 million. So whatever it is that you're going to use this 30 million to do, we would need to see that. So there's no additional, documentation separate and apart from what's listed there.
Okay.
For that amount. And
you say the home equity loan can be used for what kinds of purposes again?
Any legitimate purpose. So renovation. So you may want to do cosmetic renovations, your ceiling, your doors, your tiles, cupboards, and so on. Or you may have, tuition that you want to pay for your children going to high school, tertiary education, anything like that.
Yeah.
You may want to consolidate existing loans that, you to extend your loans to a longer tenure, which will also give you a lower monthly payment, a more manageable monthly payment. So any legitimate reason, Emily.
Right. And remind me now of the very crucial issue that I'm always interested in. What is the interest rate on this loan?
So we're up to 9.15. So the interest rate currently is up to 9.15.
Oh, no, can't stay up there. No, try come back down, even though the BOJ moved them basis points. Now come back down, because when BOJ drop, I don't get the drop announced here. And I keep lamenting.
Well, Emily, I mean, the customers can speak to us. So if the marketplace, if there's a change in the marketplace, for sure they can come in and request, write to the manager of the different branches to request any sort of review that they would like of the interest rate that was applicable.
But you're starting at the moment, it's 9.5?
9.15.
9.15. And this rate is, since the BOJ moved its interest rate, or?
Correct. Yes, that is since the interest rate has been moved.
What was it before?
It was 7.99 before.
Oh God, we've gone up far. We've gone up. So that BOJ moved it by 50 basis points, which is 0.5%, and you're gone up by over 1, a little over 1.
Right. So as I said, Emily, I mean, they can talk to us. We will see what's happening, and we will assist as best as possible.
Right. And do you have a lot of people taking loans of this kind At this time, with the prospect of a recession being talked about in international circles, though there's no sign of anything here?
I would say yes, Emily. Reason being because the tenure is a little longer. So, say for instance, you have a short-term loan that is a little burdensome on your pocket right now. Then once you take a longer-term loan, then this will now reduce the monthly payment, and that will assist you to probably that amount that you used to pay before. You can start to save that now for the recession that is coming. So you can consider that, or persons are considering doing that in this time.
So tell us now, where people are listening to this program and they have a roof that really needs fixing. They want to put some solar panels in, so they want to consider what type of roofing to put in. They may have some educational expenses to meet. What do they do to begin the process of applying for this NCB Home Equity Loan?
Well, Emily, I am Dacia Virgo, and my information is 876-552-4860. So that's my telephone number. That's 876-552-4860. Or you can send an email to virgoda@jncb.com. But I may also say, Emily, that we do have our portal, myhome.jncb.com. So persons may go on to, probably if you want to just play around to see what calculations, what monthly payments you're looking at, then the calculator is also there for you to play around with. But I would want them to, make contact to, for me to direct them as to how we go about starting the process. And on the jncb.com website as well, myhome.jncb.com, they may also find a list of valuators or surveyors that we have approved to assist them with this process. But first and foremost, virgoda@jncb.com or 876-552-4860. Or any of my mortgage officers at the mortgage unit, we will be gladly assist.
Good. Thank you so much, Ms. Dacia Virgo, and all the best to NCB with the home equity loan. I do love what it is for. So let's see if people can take advantage of it.
Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you for having me. And listeners, I am happy and ready here to serve you. So we await your calls and emails. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you so much. Thank you.